Hello everyone, welcome back to your own mathematics channel, asm.geniusjunction. I am Abhishek sir, your mathematics mentor. In today's video, we are going to cover 0606 Add Maths Unit 1 Functions. This is your video number 2 in continuation with video number 1. If you have not watched video number 1, I suggest to please go through with video number 1 so that you can effectively go through and learn from video number 2. The topics which are going to be covered in this video are definition of a function, one function, many-one function, domain of a function, and range. So without wasting time, let's start. Definition of a function. A function is a rule that maps each x value to just one y value for a defined set of input values. This means that the mapping that are either 1-1 mapping or the many-one mapping are considered as functions. Please understand that mapping which is one to many is not a function according to the definition which is given above. Mapping is the topic which we have done in video number 1. If you have not gone through with that, please watch video number 1 so that you can understand mapping as well as functions. Yes, so now we will discuss two very important terms which are to be considered when we are talking about function. The first one is domain. Domain means the set of input values for a function, right? And the range word means the set of all possible output values for a given function. We will understand more about these two terminologies in the questions which we are going to discuss in this video. Let's move on. So let's start with the practice question of this video. This is your first question. In this question, it is given that f of x is 2x minus 1 and the value x belongs to real number, and it is given that x is less than equals to 3 and it can be greater than equals to minus 1. Okay, these are the possible values of x. Okay, yes, so first part A is write down the domain of the function. So domain of the function is equals to x, which is less than 3 and greater than equals to minus 1, right? Domain means the set of values of x, right? It is already given in the question, but since they're asking it again, we can mention it. Now part B says sketch the graph of the function f, right? So f of x is given to us as 2x minus 1. Okay, we can see that it represents a straight line. Okay, so since it is representing a straight line, I will take the set of values of x and y, and I will also take care of domain part which is there. So I will start from minus 1. I will put the value of x as 0 as well. Then I will put 2, and of course I will need to put 3 as well, because up till 3 we need to plot the graph, right? So let's take the values. When I will put x is equals to minus 1, I get minus 3. When I put x is equals to 0, I get to minus 1. When I put x is equals to 2, it becomes 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. And if I put 3, then 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 1 will give you 5. Okay, so let's plot the graph for the given question. And in this question, we can see the first point is minus 1 comma minus 3. So I will plot all these values. I need to take care that, okay, on the x-axis, I need values from minus 1 to plus 3. And on y-axis, I need values from minus 3 to plus 5. Okay, so basically, I need to check, is there sufficient space? Yes. So what I'm going to do is I will quickly draw the x-axis and y-axis on the graph. Okay, this is going to be my x-axis and this line is representing my y-axis. Okay, now mention them as y-axis and x-axis respectively. Okay, so let's start the plotting of the graph. On the graph, first of all, I need to plot the points. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's plot on the same on the other side, negative x-axis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On the negative y-axis, I will plot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Similarly, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's mark this as 5. This one is also 5. This is minus 5, and this is minus 5. Okay, so positions are quite clear to us. Now one by one I will plot the points. So first is minus 1 comma minus 3. So this is your minus 1 and this is your minus 3. So my point first is going to be here. I will plot a point on this. Second is 0 comma minus 1. So without wasting time, let's plot 0 comma minus 1. Now next 2 comma 3. So on x-axis it is 2 and on y-axis it is 3. So my point is over here. Of course these points are on line, so it is going to be a straight line, and 3 comma 5. So on x-axis it is 3 and on y-axis it is 5. Okay, so I will plot all these points to get the final equation of the line. Let's use ruler so that we may not make any mistake. Let's draw a precise line. Please make sure that you cannot go beyond minus 1 on x-axis, and on x-axis again the upper value is given as plus 3, right? So we need to draw the graph very precisely. So here it is. I am plotting the graph using the green ink, and this is the line required. Okay, you can observe one thing, that the line is representing the coordinates as minus 1 comma minus 3, and this point is represented as 3 comma 5. So yes, you can see that there is one minimum point and of course there is one point of maximum. So let's draw one dotted line to mark the upper limits. So these two dotted lines are representing the range of the given function, and suppose if I draw a straight line on x-axis, then these two positions are representing domain of the function. Okay, now I will write the solutions for part C. So part C is saying write down the range of the function, right? So C part, we will move on that. Range of the function. Okay, so range of the function is going to be from minus 3 to plus 5, right? So I will quickly write it as minus 3 greater than equals to f of x less than equals to plus 5. So I can say that this is the range for the given question according to the given situations. Okay, so yes, we are done with this first question of this video. Please pause the video and note down the solution of it. Okay, so let's move on to next question. Yes, so this is your question number 2. So first of all I will write solution, and I will write g of x is equals to x square plus 2. Of course it is given that x is going to be greater than equals to 0, right? It means that x cannot be negative. Okay, so I just explain you one thing. Whenever we have a square function, always remember few of the points. A square function can have minimum possible value. Minimum possible value of a square function is 0. And how is it possible? If you make 0 a square, right? Because only 0 square gives you 0. Okay, so if I ask you what is the minimum possible value for g of x, so minimum possible value of g of x, that is the turning point of parabola. I'm writing turning point of curve. Okay, so here I can see the coefficient of x square is positive, so the graph is going to look like this. Okay, and its vertex is going to represent 0 comma 2. Why I'm saying this? Because y is equals to x square has its vertex at 0 comma 0. Plus 2 represents that it is shifted upwards. This plus 2 represents that curve is shifted upwards by 2 units. Okay, so here you can see that this is the graph. Okay, and it is representing 0 comma 2 as a vertex, right? Now let's move on to question part first. Question is saying find the range. So here I can see if I plot the graph, then this is going to be your y-axis and this is your x-axis. Okay, so let's make it as x and let's make this as y-axis. Now if I go through with this question says range. So range of g of x is always going to be greater than or equals to 2. You can observe this, any point on this curve is going to show you value which is going to be greater than 2. There is no point on this curve which can have its value less than 2, because 2 is the vertex of this parabolic curve. So I can see that range of g of x is g of x greater than equals to 2, right? So this is the final answer for this given question. Let's move on to next question of this video. Yes, so now we have read on next question of this video, where function f is defined by x. F of x is equals to 10 minus x minus 3 whole square, and of course domain of x is given to you as 7 and 2. Okay, so let's quickly try to solve this question. They are asking you the range of the given function. As I told you in the previous question, if I solve this, then we know that a whole square function always shows its minimum value as 0, right? Any whole square function can have its minimum value as 0, and this 0 is possible only if x minus 3 becomes 0. So I will write minimum value calculation. So I will put x minus 3 equals to 0. I will get x is equals to 3. So we can see that if x is kept equals to 3, y becomes equals to 10, right? Okay, and since coefficient of x square is negative, it implies that curve will open downwards. Okay, so with this information, if I try to draw the graph, I'm going to get the shape like this. And of course, the vertex of this particular point curve is going to be 3 comma 10. Okay, yes, so vertex point is 3 comma 10. So based on this, we can say very clearly that therefore the range of f of x is defined as less than equals to 10. So this is the final answer for this given question. Please note this, and then we will move on to next question of this video. Okay, so now we have reached on next question in this video. So in this question, f of x is given as 3 added to under root x minus 2, and they have given you that x is always greater than equals to 2. This is actually domain, right? And you need to understand that why it is necessary for x to be greater than 2, because if I take any value less than 2, then this particular root function will become not defined. I just give you an example. Suppose if I take x is equals to 1, then 1 minus 2 will give you minus 1. This under root minus 1 is going to give you a not defined value, and that's the reason I'm saying that the value of x is always going to be greater than equals to 2. Okay. Okay, so we need to calculate the range. For this, I will put x minus 2 equals to 0, and I will get x is equals to 2. So x is equals to 2 is the point when the root function becomes 0. So I will write when x attains the value 2, the function y attains the value of 3, right? And now try to understand that this particular function will always have its value more than 0 or 0. 0 is the minimum possible value. When x is 2, the given function will become 0, right? And in that case, you will write y is equals to 3. For all the other values of x, the function is going to give you the value of y greater than 3, right? So I will write that range of f of x will be greater than or equals to 3. This is the answer for the given question. Okay. Yes, so I hope that you understood all these concepts. Okay. Please practice the questions which we have done in this video, which are based on the calculations of domain and range for the given function, right? Thank you so much for watching this video. The topics which are going to be covered in next video will be composite functions. This particular concept is going to be something which is very important from examination point of view. Please don't miss your next video. Until then, watch the videos, do the questions, keep practicing. Have a good day.